There's a quiet exhaustion many people carry now. Not the kind that sleep fixes, but the kind that settles deeper. Behind the eyes and the chest, in the endless loop of thoughts that won't slow down, you wake up already behind. You scroll, compare, calculate, adjust, act. You plan your future like a project that must not fail. And somehow, even when you do everything right, life still feels heavy. You wonder why peace feels so far away, even when you're doing your best to control every detail. No one taught you how to rest without guilt, or how to exist without constantly proving something. At night, when the world finally goes quiet, that pressure gets louder. You replay conversations, you rethink decisions, you fear falling behind, being forgotten, becoming insignificant. It's not that you don't want to grow, you just don't want to feel this tight inside anymore. And the more you try to force clarity, happiness, or certainty, the more it slips through your fingers, like gripping water too hard. This is where many of us are, tired not because we're weak, but because we've been holding life with clenched fists for too long. In Japanese philosophy, there is a gentle understanding that life isn't something to dominate, it's something to move with. Imagine watching a river. It doesn't rush to arrive, right? It doesn't fight the rocks in its path. It curves, slows, deepens, and somehow still reaches the ocean. This way of seeing life doesn't shout instructions. It simply observes. In that observation, something inside you begins to soften. Think of a rainy afternoon, plans canceled, streets quieter than expected. In many places, rain is an inconvenience, something to escape. But in Japan, rain has names, moods, seasons. It's noticed, not resisted. There's beauty in letting the moment be what it is. This isn't passivity, it's presence. It's understanding that control often creates suffering, while acceptance creates space. When you stop arguing with reality, you reclaim energy you didn't know you were wasting. Not everything needs to be fixed. Some things need to be allowed. Acceptance doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop punishing yourself for what you cannot command. There's a Japanese idea reflected in everyday life. Do what is yours to do, then release the rest. A craftsman focuses fully on each movement, each detail, then lets the work leave his hands without chasing applause. The effort is honest, detachment is light. This balance is rare in modern life, where outcomes define worth. Consider how much of your stress comes not from what you're doing, but from what you expect to happen because of it. You work, but you also worry. You love, but you also fear loss. Try, but you also brace for disappointment. Acceptance loosens this knot. It whispers you are allowed to act without guaranteeing results. When you release the obsession with control, your actions become calmer, clearer, more human. You don't disappear, you become steadier. And in that steadiness, life begins to meet you halfway. There is a deep respect in Japanese culture for things that are incomplete, worn, or cracked. A chipped teacup, repaired with gold, isn't hidden, it's honored. The break becomes part of the story. This way of seeing reminds us that perfection is not the goal. Aliveness is. Your pauses, mistakes, and detours are not flaws in your life's design. They are the design. When you stop demanding that everything makes sense immediately, you allow meaning to emerge slowly. Like fog lifting from a mountain, not all at once, but enough to keep walking. You don't need to be fixed to be worthy of peace. You don't need clarity to be allowed rest. Life is not waiting for you to become someone else. It's happening now, exactly as you are. And there is a quiet relief in realizing that you don't have to polish every rough edge to be whole. Cherry blossoms bloom briefly. They fall even more quickly. Their beauty comes not from how long they last, but from how fully they exist in that short moment. There's no attempt to hold on, no resistance to the fall, just presence. This teaches something profound. Impermanence isn't cruel, it's honest. And when you accept that nothing is meant to stay the same, you stop fighting the natural flow of change. Your life also has seasons, times of growth, times of stillness, times of loss. Not every chapter is meant to be productive, some are meant to be felt. When you trust this rhythm, you stop forcing yourself to bloom in winter. You rest without shame. You move when it's time to move. And slowly, The tension between who you are and who you think you should be begins to dissolve. You are no longer chasing life, you are walking with it. Acceptance doesn't arrive as a breakthrough. It arrives as a breath you didn't know you were holding. A quiet exhale. A moment where you stop arguing with yourself. You realize you don't need to control every outcome to be safe. You don't need certainty to be grounded. You only need to be here. It's honest, open, and gently present with what is. So tonight, or whenever you're listening to this, allow yourself to pause. Feel the ground beneath you.
Out.
Notice the rhythm of your breath. Life is not something you have to win, it's something you're already inside of. When you loosen your grip, you don't lose direction, you gain peace. And maybe that's what you've been searching for all along. The moment you stop forcing life to obey you is the moment it finally begins to carry you.